Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Great. You ate today? Good. Well, welcome back to The Life of Lex, and it's your girl, Big Lex. So, I wanted to talk to y'all about something that I had been mentioning for about a year. Well, it happened a little over a year ago, right? So, I'm just giving you the long story. I ain't even gonna make it short for you. So, last year, right? I was a mess. We've established that, right? And during me being a mess and one of those times that I was, sliding down the wall crying, right? I got up, picked myself back up, and I didn't know what to do after that. And so I think I was getting ready for a shower and I was listening to Cheekies and Chill podcast, like usual. And she kept mentioning that she has like separate episodes where you can ask her questions and she answers them. So I was like, well, it's a better chance, like this is a better time than none to just, you know, see what I need, right? And so I asked a question and I didn't think she was gonna answer it and I didn't know what was gonna be her answer, but I remember praying. I was like, Lord, if she's gonna answer, let it be something that I need and that I will apply to my life. Let it be good advice at the very least, okay? And so I woke up one morning, like, just didn't know what to do with myself. And I was like, oh, well, it's Wednesday. Let me check and see if she answered my question. And she did, y'all. She did. And so after a year of that happening, I just wanted to check in with myself and see if I listened, see if I was paying attention, instead of just asking the teacher stupid questions, because I don't know why people do that. They just let her ask stupid questions and then not do anything with the stupid answer they get. But I didn't ask a stupid question. I asked a smart question and I got a smart answer. So let's see what I did with that answer, right? So I wrote them down, basically the bullet points of what she said. And first things first, right? Well, my question was that I was 25. I didn't know what to do with my life. And I admired Cheekies because, like, she knew who she was. She knew what she wanted to do and she was going to do it, right? Couldn't nobody stop her at that point. And like what it took for her to get there, like to get that confidence, that self-knowing, right? And so this is what she said, y'all. So first thing was that she was happy I was asking in my 20s because, like I said, I was 25, so I was dead in the middle, right? And she was like, your 20s are your learning years. Like, you gotta fall and get back up time and time again. You gotta learn from your mistakes. Like, you just gotta do, right? Your 20s are the trial years. And so I had to, be okay with the ups and the downs, the good times and the bad times, and all the times in between. Because every day it counts, right? Every day, all of those memories, they count for something. And so I had to figure out like what I like and don't like, what I want to repeat from my early 20s into my later 20s, and what I don't, right? And that's the whole process because people are always going to try to tell you, why don't you try this or why don't you try that, without actually taking into account of what you want to do and you're willing to do. Because I also had to sit with myself and realize that I'm capable of doing a lot of things. Does that mean I want to do them or I like to do them? No. But as life goes on, like, you learn to do things you don't like in order to get things that you want. But also there's times where you just want to be happy. You want to do things that you like and you enjoy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, I had to figure out what I like and don't like, what mistakes I needed to learn from, the pain that I needed to, address and learn from. And I feel like we just got to that part. So, we're making progress, all right? And then one of the second things she said was, well, she had some questions that I need to ask myself. And I wrote them down as questions that need it. Because there's not a better time like today to get some answers to those, okay? Because I need to make sure that my answers now are very different from my answers a year ago. Because a year ago, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what I liked, didn't like. I completely just lost myself, right? I was just unhappy with everything. So then I've had time to experience happiness, experience joy, right? Let God into my heart, you know? something's got to be different. So, first question was, she said that I needed to ask myself, like, who am I, right? And whenever I ask myself that question, the smart aleck in my head says, well, you're Muriel, duh. Like, Muriel Alexis Johnson, that's what it says on your driver's license. And cool. I mean, yes, I am Muriel. And sometimes people say my name wrong. And I'm learning to correct them because it's actually pronounced Muriel, but I'll take Muriel. Just not Muriel, not Muriel. I went to the McDonald's and girl just barely glanced at it and called me Michael or Michelle. And I was like, Muriel? Like, did you even read the thing? Where'd you get Michael and Michelle from? Anywho, right? Like, deeper than my name that I was given that I didn't even like. I didn't even like having the name Muriel growing up. That's another story for another day, right? But who am I deep down within, right? What do I stand for? What am I doing with the life I was given, right? Who am I? And I want to say I'm a good person. Like, I want to say I'm full of joy because I want to be that, Like, not every moment's a good moment, but I've experienced what it's like to be full of joy in a moment of despair. And I would rather spend the rest of my life full of joy that God's going to bring me out of the situation than being all upset and full of emotion and full of pain, right? Thinking that God forgot about me, because he didn't. Like, he really didn't. So yeah, I want to be a person that's full of joy. Who am I? I'm a person who loves to talk. Apparently, I have a podcast where I talk to myself. But, I mean, if you listening, cool, right? I'm a person who has dreams, right? And I deserve the right to chase them. Somebody said that, I don't know who, I can't recall who, but they said I have dreams and I deserve the right to chase them. And if you can figure out who that was, let me know. Next question. What do I want to give back to the world, right? And I decided that I want to give, well, for one thing, I want to give this podcast back to the world. Like, it's not just my podcast. Like, as much as I want to talk to myself and listen to myself, I understand that it's in a public format and on public platforms for other people to listen to. And so I can't just be so selfish as to serving myself. And, like, let me just break it down. So if I was doing this for myself, I probably wouldn't do it as often, okay? Or I probably wouldn't even publish some of the episodes because it's just personal. But I'm doing this because I want people to know that you gotta talk out your problems. Sometimes you just gotta talk to yourself. But the answer is within you. Like, you have all of the power to solve your own problems and, get to the root and the tutor of what you got going on. And I'm just letting y'all know how I got to the root and the tutor. And sometimes it happens, like, in real time, just on this podcast while I'm talking. Like, I get too deep and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that. Like, and then I have to go back and sit with that, okay, and then apply, well, what did I learn from that? So, yeah, that's what I want to give back to this world. I want to give back the power of just solving your own problems. Like, we can pretty much do that and then just let God take the rest, okay? Because when you're solving your own problems, he's just revealing things to you, basically. Like, he's just bringing up stuff and it's just letting you be able to express it and get it off your chest. That's really what we need to do. Get stuff off our chest. So next question, what is my mission? My mission is to, I don't know, tell people how much I love God and how much I'm happy that he has me here doing this. And if there's nothing else for me to do, I'm glad I was able to do this, right? Like, if I never make another episode, I'm still glad that I have all the episodes I did make, right? So my mission is just to just keep loving God and just keep loving his work that he's doing on me, right? And sharing that with others, because we all have a story. We all have a purpose. Might as well just share with each other. So next question, what is my godly purpose? I don't know, whatever God's plans are for me, those are his plans, right? But I know he has plans to prosper me, right? I know he has plans to develop me, because why else would he have me here? Anyhow, what do I want to do? What do I want to what do I want to do with my life? The best I can. And I'm pretty sure that was my answer last year. So let me give a better answer. So what do I want to do with my life? I want to do what I can, what is in my abilities, and then some, right? Like, I don't want to just be one thing. I want to be that thing, but also other things, if that makes sense. I want to have multiple titles. I don't know. What footprint do I want to leave? I want to leave a footprint of strength. Like, you can follow this path. It's not going to be easy, right? But the path is Jesus. Like, follow Jesus. And he going to light the way up for you. And like I said, it's not going to be easy, but he's going to get you through there. Okay? Okay. And one quote that I love, and I heard it the other day and it made me think about the podcast, the whole thing. And she just said, like, in order to find your way, you have to find your who. Like, who am I? What do I want? And in order to find my way, I had to find my who. Who am I? Like, I'm God's creation. I am God's child, right? And what do I want? I want to serve God however he needs me to, right? However I can. Because I can't do it by myself, right? I can't function off of my own strength. I tried that. And like I said, it had me sliding down the wall crying. And I had to pray and let God pick me back up. And, life is life. Like, life is going to beat you up sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be cool. Sometimes it's going to be amazing. You're going to have the time of your life. You're going to live your best life. But sometimes you just might end up living your worst life. So either way it goes, I have to be secure in who I am and what do I want. And so who am I? God's creation. What do I want? To be who God created me to be and do what he needs me to do. So those are my answers in 2024. And shout out to Cheekies for, having that amazing outlet for her podcast to let people express themselves and her give her honest advice and opinions. Like, I think it's cool. And thanks for the amazing advice. Like, I literally just needed good advice, and I needed to ask for good advice in that moment because I was getting a lot of unsolicited advice, and unsolicited advice is like assholes. Everybody got one, but that don't mean I want it. Okay? So thanks for the solicited advice, Cheekies. Anywho, it's 12 o'clock, and that means it's time for me to do something with my life. So with that being said, love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all. And it's April 2nd now, so I guess, like I said yesterday, it's not going to be funny if you go fucking up somebody else's day. You might just get your feelings hurt, okay? Because now we know who we are, and we know what we're capable of, right? I know what these hands are capable of, so don't go fucking up nobody's day, or else I'm going to come get you, okay? Okay. Bye.